Howdy folks, Athios here, and welcome to the first part of a new series, Greedfall. Greedfall is made by Spider, who's the developer, and the only other thing that I know them from is the Technomancer game, which, if I had to give a quick description of what Technomancer was, I would say, in terms of like how the game, a quick opinion on it, which me getting to this is making a very long abbreviated opinion of it, is it's like Dragon Age 2, but slight below average Dragon Age 2. Now, Spider, I think they're up and coming. I like to compare them a lot to CG Project Red or CD Projekt Red, however you want to say their developer name. But Spider doesn't seem to have as much. I like the stories and missions and things from found in Technomancer, like the things that you could do and the abilities and stuff. All that was pretty cool. The world was pretty cool. And from what I've seen for this, which is only like the beginning, like initial setup and tutorial into combat and stuff, I'm liking what I'm seeing from that. But it seems they're a bit behind on the 8 ball when it comes to stuff. Technomancer seems like a thing that would have made in 2010. I think it was only made like 5 years ago, and this is a game that was in 2019, and it feels like the Witcher, the first Witcher game. Early impressions, in terms of like starting in like entity franchise, whatever, starting a new thing, and we're gonna play on normal because I've never played this game before, other than the combat tutorial at the very very beginning and character stuff. So there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential, unrealized potential in Spider games, from the two, from one from Technomancer, and from what I've seen of this, and from what I've heard about this.
The chin a tiny bit lower.
So there's nothing really important here. I don't like talking about, don't like talking over cutscenes normally, but when seeing through this, all it is just like, hey, this is your character. So we have a weird mossy thing that we don't get rid of. And like as you can see, like I'm not one to like talk or complain about graphics and stuff. Because all this is the settings are like pretty much all at their highest or whatever. And it seems like I would akin this to what Dragon Age Inquisition looked like on the PS4. Which it's not bad looking at all. It's if you're going for, and I know Spider's probably a smaller studio, and so they like for Technomancer, I think they took on more than they could chew with that game, and it probably could have used a couple more years in the thing, but they don't have that luxury. And I would say so far the same thing about this in terms of polish, right? Spider games don't have that polished look. I think we'll just go with this regular preset. That's like a little bit better. As far as hair goes, I'm trying to make. He's like a posh colonial, from what I can tell. I know he's like royalty of some sort, and they're in like I wouldn't say Venice. Everything has like a French tint to it. So maybe no. Where was... So that one is a little thing on the side. Probably not that. That could work too. Maybe. Up in the face again. Dagnabbit. Alright, there we go. Hate it when it does that, actually. Okay, definitely not bald. There's not many options. And that's what I'm here to mostly talk about. Alright, am I on the... Yeah, I'm on the right face. Okay. Facial hair, we're not gonna do facial hair. He's a young man. Those eyebrows are fine. And with like shadows and stuff in here, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain too much. Like right now, I can't see because there's the sun's right there, and so I can't see what the hair will actually look like. The hair, I don't know. No, that'll have to do. Eye color. I didn't see a green. I always like going green the first characters for whatever reason, but it's not really a green that I can tell. Like that's like the most green I can get from this menu. So we're like a Desarde. Um, don't have a first name. Not that I've heard of. We call like be Mister or maybe Monsieur, stuff like that. But this was the cool thing about starting classes. I know we only have 3 here. The technical reminds me a bit of the Technomancer style. And I've kind of gone through each of these separately in the combat tutorials. And, melee is pretty self-explanatory. So, technical is more your rogue type. And then you have your just straight up magic. And magic seemed like I would have the most fun doing. I mean, I could always do warrior and be tried and true, right? And, that's fun in itself. Or you be rogues and do a lot of lockpicking and stuff. But we're going to go with magic. And then the attributes, so strength, not going to go into endurance, not going to go into agility, don't need accuracy, don't need willpower, and mental power seem to be like what will be good for mages starting out. Anywho, so willpower increases our maximum MP and spell duration, so it gives us more magic points. It gives us 1 extra second of effect on spells. But what I want to do is increase the power. Oh, and it gives you like amulets and necklaces. So apparently there's equipment that you would not be able to wear unless you have a certain level in these. So I'm going to start with mental power first, because who doesn't like rings? And you only get 1 point if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, 1 point for that. And then talents. I always like going charisma, and especially I always like going dialogue options, giving me more dialogue options. Science, I'm thinking like he can't help but be posh because of his upbringing. And so like science could be one I could go for. Charisma could be go for. Could be charismatic. Vigor not so much. Craftsmanship, not really. He's not really into doing things with his hands. He'd rather spin magical spells than make stuff. So what I'm gonna do is use intuition. I think intuition's an interesting thing that I haven't seen a lot in other things. Like usually it's all covered under the charisma thing. Try to persuade people. Persuasion goes up higher when you have charisma and stuff like that. I think intuition will give you something else. You'll be able to read people better. He's been on the block. He knows what. He's able to learn what people want, either from him or out of life, and things of that nature. So we're gonna go with intuition. So it's an intuitive magician. And I don't even know if you'd call him a magician. So there's no naming characters. So he's I already forget it's de
Just a
Corbet.
few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth.
Uh-huh.
Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished.
Yeah, this Saturday, yeah.
Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with a tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish.
Thank you,
Her
cousin,
Highness.
for getting me out of that.
So we're trying to find our cousin. And oh man, this is still very weird. So we're moving the camera with our mouse, just going side to side. Sorry if I'm causing anybody vertigo when doing that. And you get like running starts and things of that nature with this. We'll you also have a sprint that you have to hold down. There's no automatic sprint icon. So here we go. This is combat tutorial area. Gonna send it down to me. Yep, here it comes. Here you go.
Hey! Green blood!
And he just throws you.
And so the day has finally come.
And that's
My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as you'll go.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
right. So when you do this, he like throws you a weapon each time, and I love like he throws you here's your magic hands. There you go. So this is how it works. Just left click for whatever magic you have equipped. And then you also have parry for magic, which I like a lot. You don't see that very often. You don't see magical shields and stuff very well. You do, but not in a way like this. So pretty much we can fight. So just knock him out. Oh.
You defend yourself well, Greenblood.
I call that a draw.
One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself.
Legate.
Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
So yeah, we've been through this before a few times actually. So I think we're good.
No, thanks all the same. I've quite a few tasks to check off my list before we depart.
And here you are already assuming your political functions. And in a hurry. Always too busy. Very well. If you ever want to go over your basics later, visit one of our barracks on the Isle. You'll always find a training partner to give you a friendly fight.
I'll remember that. Thanks. Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilion are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine.
Constantine.
I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
No, we're a mama's
It is
boy.
never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now.
Factor that into his character.
She must be waiting
Make
for
a
you.
note.
I'll meet you in front of the palace.
Mental note.
Then we'll go and find Constantine.
We're a mama's boy.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
That plays into the magic. Well, you have lost health. Assign a potion. The shortcut. Yeah. Okay, now you're going to tell me about all this stuff even though I told not. I was not. So it's going to tell you about this stuff anyway. Alright, stasis. We're going to. And we're going to light. In 1. Potions. In 0. Okay. Alright, now we got out. Alright. Heal yourself. Take that potion. There we go. We did that. Why is this stuff still up? Oh my goodness. We encountered an early on glitch thing. Interesting. Hello, person. So we are, as far as Greedfall, like fantasy time periods, so we are like colonial times where we're setting off to an island that's never been explored before, and we're establishing new settlements, but there are natives that aren't too happy about us being there, and we're posh idiots who knows how we'll react to it when we get over there. Now we're going to visit Mother
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock?
Princess de
I've
Sade.
asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Ugh.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Yeah, me too. No kidding.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice.
So you're blind and you're
You
dying.
remind me so much of your father.
Were you blind before you got sick?
I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
What's the name of the island?
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill.
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering.
Yeah.
One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Interesting.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know.
So is that thing on our face, is that
But
the
it
beginnings of
brings
that
me
illness?
comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here. Take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck.
No, don't do that.
And my blessings go with you, my child.
I guess if you're already sick, it doesn't matter, but
Be off.
man, I really hope we can get rid of that. I hope that goes away sometime soon. I would not want to have to play this entire game with that on. With that glitch up there. Alright, so we just get transferred over, we get a hat magically. Nice hat. Oh, thank fuck that is gone. Alright, so I really would like a auto sprint. Like toggle sprint. Alright. Kurt.
It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs. Near the port.
Near the
Right.
port. Alright.
We'll put it on our list of visits.
We'll put it on our list of stuff. So now we're in like a team setup thing. So we have Kurt, we can add him to the team, and it lets us know what he is. The melee combat master and wear heavy armors. The life he has, what his stats are, what skills he can do, what factions he's a part of, what his relationship is to us, and if we befriend him, what bonus he gives. Don't know what that. If we go into characteristics, he gives us this, and how much damage he does, and what his weapon is, what his defenses are. He does any healing? No. Magic regen? No. So yeah, and then this also has our monies. We're poor as dirt. We have no money on us, at least. For royalty, we should have something, or at least nobility. I should say royalty, or probably nobility. Not sure how the hierarchy and everything works. I mean, we just started, so. And we got 200 things. We got the codex, so Mr. de Sardet, that is us. So we are the prince's sister's son. Don't know what that makes us. I just knows that the prince's son is our cousin. And this guy is kind of like one of our mentors. And Kurt is another mentor of ours. And then this just lets us know about the city. Alright, so the city that we're in right now is Serene. And it's part of the merchant congregation. Those two words seem interesting. It seems we're like a religious republic. The fact that we have princes makes it seem that we're not a true merchant republic like Florence or Venice and Pisa and stuff like that, where they don't have like a council or anything. It's just nobility stuff. We have like a bestiary. We have an ingredients, tutorials, and notes. And this is the characters page. We have our journal. So we have side quests. We have to negotiate with a vendor. We have the map. So this is the regular map. There's a lot of points of interest. This is our equipment. So we have a novice ring. That's where we get our like magical damage. We do have a melee weapon. We don't have a firearm. We have our comfy boots, sturdy gloves, a traveling suit. We have a stone collar. Gives us magic regen. And we have a used hat. And we go to our bag, and we got consumables. Mother's present. Health potions. Here's a skill tree. So stasis is thing that we use so this is magic, divine magic rain. So increases shadow missile, that thing that we were using earlier. So these are the 2 tiers for warrior, 2 tiers for technician, 2 tiers for magic. There's our attributes. Not sure really how level ups work. And there's this thing that's called a memory crystal that resets our skills. And this is our character thing. So there's our experience level. We have 0. We do magic. Kurt is suspicious of us. Congregation of Merchant is we have a nice relationship with. And all these other people are suspicious of us. Interesting. Okay. So regen, magic, 15 of that per second. We have 500 of it. Alright. Alright, are we able to get out of this? Add into the team. Quit. Confirm the team. Quit. There we go. Okay.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know.
I don't think
but
so.
It's certainly worthy of inspection.
Okay, so look at the map. There's negotiate with there's the town embassy. It's on our way. There's our main that our main? Good lord, there's so much stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead. And goodness, this is gonna be tough to navigate, isn't it? I guess we're gonna go this way and around. We'll see. So things aren't too good if and reading that Serene about the capital and the merchant congregation, we were doing very well for ourselves. We were thriving and prosperous, but an epidemic that I'm pretty sure that is affecting us with that stuff on our face, and Mother, and a lot of other people as well. And so we are struggling, and I guess we're looking for a means to prosper once again, or to at least find a cure or miracle. Hello. Loot. Hawthorne. And I wonder what that could do for us. Good loot. Here we go. Coins, ammo, feather. Looks like junk. Oh, chemical stasis mix. So you have like magic bombs. Sweet. Okay, that's a dead guy. That's not good. This first episode will be a bit longer. Man, I gotta get used to that. Leather, crude ore, and hawthorn again. Until probably after we get done. Whoa!
And death to the others!
Oh, hello.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Alright, cue it up. That's Fury. That's one of the things that we figured out earlier. Okay, that's one down. Kurt took down the other guy and the other guy. So Kurt's going to be doing a lot for us here. Alright, got some hats and some health and some stuff like that. So you like build up Fury with how, you know, you're doing in combat and stuff. So you build it up and you press Q, you get 2 bars of it. So it's kind of like a big bang attack. I don't know. Look at all that art that's just out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, but there's gonna be something over here. Doublet in coins. Let's go ahead and take that. So yeah, this is definitely a lot you know, smoother and better than Technomancer. Technomancer again had the Dragon Age 2 problem of where you had a bunch of places that were the same, and you know, you go through it, you know, different missions but same areas, or same looking areas at least. We'll see if we run into that problem here. I'm feeling that we won't. I feel that they may have learned their lesson. Alright, let's speak to Cardinal Antonius. With a name like Cardinal, this is giving me Three Musketeer vibes, where the clergy seem to have a definite power over the government, especially when it's called the Merchant Congregation. So let's see.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Tirfredi.
Ah,
That's what the
yes.
island is called.
I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature.
Callings.
Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
Legate.
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
Legate.
It is a
Legate.
station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache.
Brave and panache, huh?
Though Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather
Oh,
delicate
God.
matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well.
Heretics.
A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place.
Interesting.
We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time.
Uh-huh.
Far too much time.
I'm sure.
For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Okay, can we ask about their position on the island?
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city,
San
Mateus,
San
on the
Mateus. Okay.
western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet?
Uh-huh. So that's gonna make it really hard for y'all to leave then, huh?
Are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to
Ordo
these
Luminous.
horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the
Entire native population
will join our ranks.
Aha. Right. So yeah. I know I've been like making, I guess I would call them complaints about Spider and their stuff, but you gotta remember that the number one thing that I'm looking for is interesting world building and story, and so. So far, a lot of the stuff has the potential to be very, very interesting. Like, I'm interested in see where all this stuff goes. So we have a religious aspect, we have a native aspect, we have heretics of people on the home front, in the Sorbet's opinion, and figuring out how de Sorbet feels about all these things. What options we have in terms of making those decisions for him. Is he a religious man? Is he not a religious man? How much empathy does he have for his own people or other people that he views like him? Does he have any empathy for natives? Does he view himself as better? If he views himself as better than people at home, is he going to view? It's going to be easier for him to view himself as better than people on the island in Tirfredi. So we know about the congregation, we know about there, we know about San Mateus, or however you say it. I'm going to get these wrong all the time. There's a bridge alliance, maybe like their enemy of sorts. So we'll learn a little bit more about them.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Yep, conflict.
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have?
So we have guys...
so-called savants. Not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Right, so I'm not going to be... So yeah, we have... These guys are interested in converting the populace. There's a So there's going to be tons of people hearing stories about Tirfadi where they're fleeing an epidemic and they're fleeing war and poverty and religious persecution and all that stuff. And they're going to think that their salvation is Tirfadi. And then they're going to have problems with the natives because the natives, I'm sure, aren't big fans of all these people coming to their island and changing up a bunch of stuff on it. And so it's going to be a huge cluster on that island, I'm sure, and I can't wait to get there. But I want to learn a little bit, as much as I can, about the world beforehand. So let's.
Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our
Thélème.
glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
Interesting. All right, that's all I really wanted to
I
ask
must be
about.
going. Farewell, Excellency.
That gives you a little bit
May
more
the
information.
light guide you, Desade.
Light, luminous, all that fun stuff. All right, let's get back outside and get attacked by things once again. Game? You gonna let us out? Game? Oh my goodness. Let us out. Thank you. Whew. Okay. So, negotiate with the vendor. Notify the bridge alliance. So, rate the puncture. We notified that person. We have notified 2 people. We got 2 side quests going on right now. Question is, do we want... We did track... Okay, we can track it. It'll show up here. There's also some, like, UI stuff they can mess around with.
The merchant is there.
Merchant is here. Hello.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
Oh, you
can
got it
start
too,
by
huh?
explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
Alright, so we have intuition, we can offer a bribe, charisma, we have a 50% chance of that succeeding, looking like. I think we'll use intuition. Money talks with these guys, and we are a merchant republic, so it's always more money to go around.
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight off your feet.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus in your pocket as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect their merchandise. You'll just have to make a devastated, the dastardly boldness of them face in front of your master, and we're done.
And the bonus will be how much?
Well, you won't be retiring with it.
Oh. Alright. Done.
I like
With
that.
As soon as I've received my bonus, my eyes will grow weary-like.
Not just yet. You'll get your bonus afterwards. The guard has already been taken once by your promises.
Well, you can't hold it against me for trying. Very well. Call for your men to come.
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Quartermaster, eh? Alright, so we got that embassy. Cardinal Antonius. There's gonna be so much to read and go over. I'm very happy about it. I'll read over all this stuff soon. Where is my... There it is. Alright. Negotiate with the vendor and we inform the guard conversary. Alright, so... that's kind of cool how we're like in the menu, but stuff's still going on around us. That's cool. So, anywho, we're going to leave it off right here. Next time, we're going to do all our little side missions and stuff and see if we can set off for Tier for D. Till next time, this has been Socios signing out. Thanks you so much for watching, folks. Bye, folks.